I must have been having fun with a lot of games over the last couple of months as TGS has just started and I've only just caught up on the news since the last Quick Takes video. I did manage to keep up with a few things here and there. There was that Direct recently that had a lot of things worth getting excited about, and I did manage to catch some trailers on Twitter and YouTube that I've been waiting for a chance to talk about. And this, along with the deep dive I usually like to do when I make these Quick Take videos, means I feel truly caught up and there's a lot of great things to talk about. So in this look into news recent and not so recent as more news comes during TGS right now, here's a look back in this episode of JRPG Quick Takes. Last week I decided to wake up bright and early to catch the Direct that was happening at 7 AM Japan time, and I'm so glad I did as there was some truly great announcements and I also enjoyed live tweeting about it with some of you guys. Right off the bat, the biggest and most exciting announcement for me was that Tokyo Mirage Sessions will finally be coming to Switch on January 17th of next year. Tokyo Mirage Sessions was on my list of games I want to play on Switch, and I even would have bought a Wii U for it eventually, so with its combination of Fire Emblem, Persona, and Idol themes, this is one I'm so keen to play, especially on a console that I already have. On another note, there has been some talk about censorship for it since its Wii U version in the West had a fair few things changed, and while I looked into it, it seems unclear if it will be censored or not at the moment. On one hand, the trailer in both the English and Japanese Direct used censored imagery similar to what was in the original English version, but on the other hand, the Japanese website uses a picture of Tsubasa in her uncensored outfit, so it's really hard to tell at this point, and we probably won't know until it's been confirmed or we see more of the game. Either way, I'm personally excited and looking forward to seeing more about the upgraded version soon, as it's a game I've wanted to play for a really long time. Also exciting was that Xenoblade Chronicles HD Definitive Edition will be coming to Switch as well, and since I adored Xenoblade Chronicles 2, I felt my addiction flare up seeing those sprawling landscapes that I already can't wait to explore. The visual upgrade looks great as well. Seeing comparisons of the old version and the new one makes the new version look very modern and very friendly to those like myself who came into the series at Xenoblade Chronicles 2. So with a gorgeous looking world and familiar aesthetic, it's one that is a must play for me, and I'm really looking forward to exploring the world of Xenoblade more and losing another 100 hours in it. Xenoblade and Tokyo Mirage Sessions were definitely my top two, but there was other exciting news as well. Trials of Mana HD was shown with a much more modern looking aesthetic that makes it more appealing to me. Game Freak's Little Town Hero looked like a cute and very wholesome JRPG, and Pokemon's new curry mechanic looked like a lot of fun, with it giving me serious Sorcery Saga vibes. The cooking mechanics also remind me kind of of Pokemon Quest, which was a game I had a lot of fun with last year, so overall the new mechanics look like a bit of fun. While Mirage Sessions and Xenoblade are my top two, in any case it seems like a great time to have a Switch. And I love how these directs always deliver something worth being excited about in a fun way, and I look forward to the next one as they're great every time. A series that sat somewhere between JRPG and action game was the Yakuza series, with its action-based combat paired with JRPG elements such as skill learning and other elements like sandbox ones, making it always hard to describe what exactly it is. Yakuza 7 looks to change this, however, with it recently announced to be coming out in Japan on January 16th of next year, and taking on a more turn-based approach to combat. This change is to accommodate its new protagonist Ichiban, who's said to be a bit more of a team player than previous protagonist Kiryu. Funnily enough, this turn-based Yakuza system was actually revealed earlier this year and widely assumed to be an April Fool's joke due to the date, and I kinda like how they're flipping this around and making it the real thing. That April Fool's video in particular makes the system look really incredible, and if it's anything to go off, some of the attacks used take that Yakuza humor to the next level, and the system genuinely looks fun to play with its fast-paced nature. I'm looking forward to seeing what this is in 2020, and since it's already been announced to be coming to the West as Yakuza Like a Dragon, I can hardly wait to hear more. There's been a lot of Atelier Ryza news recently, mostly detailing its many new features and showing off some of its new characters. Koei Tecmo Japan's recent livestream rounded up everything best, with it taking time to show all of its 6 playable characters in action, while also showing off the Switch version of the game, which is very comparable to the PS4 version. While seeing everyone in combat, we also got to see some special attacks called Fatal Dives, and they're just as flashy and excessive as special attacks should be, and are bound to make big hits in battle. Outside of combat, they also looked at a few features revolving around the Atelier, including that you can decorate the Atelier itself both inside and out, which reminded me a little bit of the decoration mechanics from Nelke. Inside the Atelier, they played with synthesis to create both a strong item that could only be used by a few party members, and also one that could be used more simply by all of the party members but wasn't as powerful, which is an interesting idea that adds a little bit of decision making into the synthesis process. The synthesis I found most interesting though was that you can essentially put materials together with a special item to create a world in a bottle of sorts, and the materials you put in can change certain parts of the world. This is cool enough in itself, but even more so is that you can share these words through passwords with friends, which is an interesting social aspect I haven't seen Atelier do before. So if this system is as cool as it sounds, I look forward to trying some of these worlds when the game is out in the West, and I look forward to seeing what everyone else comes up with. These were the things I found most interesting in the live stream. They did also show a gorgeous work in progress Ryza figure that I'll talk about later, and also in Ryza they showed that you can have a garden, and there was some costume changes, and overall the stream did its job of getting me more interested in its gameplay somehow, and I like the look of all the systems and how they're fitting together. There's plenty to be excited about when it comes to Atelier Ryza, and its other trailers, including its theme song one and its recent story trailer, show other parts that get me excited too, such as that it has a gate to the underworld. I'm looking forward to when it comes out late next month, but for now, all these new additions and updates make it look really good. As things tend to go when I make roundup videos, a bunch of new Persona 5 Royal information was revealed at the August 30th livestream that happened while I was making my video. A few things they showed included a character trailer for Joko, which I'd hoped they'd release, and they also released another promo video that did a good job of linking the original Persona 5 story with Royals. The Persona 5 Royal news didn't stop there though, with a Morgana Sushin coming out shortly after that revealed a few different things as well, such as that we'll be able to see new events with confidants that include receiving phone calls from them, and that we'll also be able to hang out with them in the new areas Nakano and Shinagawa. These new areas will likely be shown in just scenes, unlike the explorable Kichijoji, but they seem like good choices for areas. JRPG fans might recognize Nakano from other games like Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth, and I also love that area for shopping for nerdy things in general, so it seems like a good spot for, say, Futaba events. Shinagawa looks good as well, with many character trailers already showing that a fair few events are available there, so the fact that we're getting 2 new places looks like there might be a fair few new events. There were other tidbits that the Sushin covered as well. The Q&A revealed that Joko will receive his own Showtime event, but that will be around the end of the game, so we won't see it until then. But we did instead see Joko flying around the gorgeous new menu UI for the start screen that Atlas has once again outdone themselves on. They also revealed a few new features in the Velvet Room. There will be a trial battle feature where you can battle powerful enemies for points, and there will also be a fusion alarm feature that will randomly happen and allow certain special power-ups when it's going. All of these things look interesting enough, and on top of that, we even got to see the new beautiful opening to Persona 5 Royal, which somehow managed to be even better than the first one, and is definitely up there in my favorite openings from this year. Since it's TGS now, maybe we'll hear more about Persona 5 Royal too, but it already continues to look great. So great, in fact, I still want to get it when it comes out in Japan next month because I can't wait to play it. This year's Wonder Festival had some amazing figure announcements that put many imaginary holes in my wallet, and there were some really beautiful figures that I wanted to share along with ones that were announced that I'm really excited for. There was not 1 but 3 Ryza figures announced, including the Koei Tecmo one that they showed in their live stream that looks beautiful, and there was also another Atelier figure shown at the festival in the form of a beautiful Nelke one that I definitely want to get my hands on. Then there were some great Persona 5 figures too, with my favorites being the On one in her Persona 5 Dancing in Starlight outfit and pose, and there was also an adorable Haru Nendoroid, which I think was shown colored at TGS. Along with that, a Kasumi figure has already been announced too, which I can't wait to see once there's a picture. It looks like a prototype hasn't been created yet, but I love her character design, so I'm sure it will look great as a figure too. Then there were a few miscellaneous announcements which I was excited for. There's a gorgeous Code Vein figure coming that I'm sure will be expensive but looks really beautiful. There's an Edelgard figure coming for Fire Emblem Three Houses, which really makes me hope they'll do more characters from the game. Of course I want a Claude one. And finally, there's a Death End Request figure coming for Shino, which I was happy to see as I love her character design. There's probably no way I'll ever be able to afford all of these or even some of them brand new, but I'll have my eye on them as they're really beautiful, and it's always nice to see more JRPG figures coming as there are so many well-designed characters that I think deserve to be in figure form. This last mention is a little bit out of left field, but this game ticked a lot of boxes for me, so I had to at least give it a mention. Its trailer featured a mysterious girl, pretty harmonies, colors, shapes, and everything that gave me those Gust Arno Surge vibes that got me completely interested in it, and I had to watch it multiple times. Because of this, I had to look into it, and while I had mixed feelings about this game as it ended up being a smartphone one, it still does have some interesting concepts that I wanted to share. Rakugaki Kingdom will be set in the world of Canvas, where mysterious life forms can be made with your imagination, which translates to creating your own 3D monsters to battle with by drawing them on your phone. The game will feature a simple mode for those like myself who may not be the most skilled in art, so I like this idea a lot, as it seems like everyone will be able to have a team of monsters they've even created, or at least personalized themselves. It's not just about drawing creatures for battle though, as it features characters who are musicians, illustrators, artists, and basically your average people who somehow get invited to this world by the character featured in the trailer called Easel, and she's said to have some sort of secret that makes the game sound intriguing. This game is coming out for smartphones in winter in Japan and will be free to play, so if my phone is able to run it since I actually downgraded recently, I hope to check this one out. And despite it being a smartphone game, its beautiful trailer and concepts are certainly interesting so far. Obviously, since it's been so long since the last Quick Takes video, there's been a lot of release dates and trailers and whatnot that I've tried my best to keep up with. I've included as much as possible of all the things that interested me in some way, so here's what's coming out that I think looks interesting in the world of JRPGs right now. While I missed when this game actually was announced, I found out through Famitsu magazine that Touhou Genso Wanderer Lotus Labyrinth came out in Japan on July 17th. Since I enjoyed the demo of its Lost Entry Tower of Desire Reloaded, I was happy to hear that there was another game in this series, and it sounds like there's been effort put into making it even better, with the game now boasting 50+ partner characters that you can take into battle, along with a choice between 2 protagonists when you start the game. There's been no Western announcement yet, but I like its story idea that the Lotus Labyrinth exists in the digital world, so I'd love to try this game properly sometime, and since the last game eventually came to Switch in the West, I hope that this one will too. Digimon Survive received an opening video that showed off its main cast and also acts as a prologue to its story. Its new characters reminded me a little of the original characters from the Digimon anime while still feeling different, which I liked, and there's a lot of mystery in where the story will go still, so the video did a good job of giving the idea more intrigue while still leaving a lot to be discovered. It won't be out until 2020 still, but with an interesting story and adorable Digimon, I look forward to seeing more of this one. After a brief delay, Star Varnir's new Steam release date has been revealed to be October 9th of this year. The Steam version will feature all the content from the Japanese version, including what was censored on PS4, which wasn't a lot, but will change one censored moment that I thought looked particularly strange in the way they redid it. I really enjoyed Varnir when I played it, so I hope PC players enjoy it too, and I have no doubt that it will look good on there as well. Square Enix released an introduction video for Final Fantasy Brave Exvius War of the Visions in Japan recently, and while I couldn't understand everything in it since it was in Japanese, with its Bravely Default-esque character designs, it's still something I'd like to try. TGS also had a trailer for it that showed off more of its tactical gameplay that looks pretty deep considering it's a smartphone game, so I like the look of this one, and while I haven't played a smartphone game in a while, this one looks like one I wouldn't mind trying. Between now and my last quick takes video, Bandai Namco have released 2 more behind-the-scenes videos for Code Vein with their 3rd and 4th editions. These were actually the first ones I watched to the end, and I particularly enjoyed the 3rd one as it spoke a lot about the character designs of the game, which are really cool looking, so I recommend giving the video a look if you want to learn more about them. There is also a demo out for Code Vein at the moment since the game is coming out in about a fortnight, and while I'm still playing Final Fantasy VIII Remastered right now, I hope to get to it since your save apparently carries over. And if you've played the demo, feel free to let me know what you think of Code Vein's gameplay so far in the comments below. Aside from the Persona 5 Royal news I already talked about, Persona 5 Scramble had a trailer recently that revealed that the game won't just have the Phantom Thieves in Tokyo, but will also have them taking over more places in Japan, with the cool logos for places like Osaka having me excited to see Persona's take on these places. They've promised more information on October 24th, and while it's still not the Persona game I wanted to see come to Switch, the idea of these new settings does have me a little intrigued, so I look forward to hearing more. Additionally, Atlus also posted a cool music video recently for the Persona dance games that not only featured a fun remix that mixed Persona 3 and 5 songs together, it also featured 8 of the dancers who were responsible for the motion capture for the dances in the game, and it was fun to watch them bring some of the moves from the game to life. I was surprised how fun this was to watch, so if you're a fan of the Persona rhythm games and Persona music like I am, I recommend giving it a watch. Mary Skelter 2 has been given a release date for October 22nd this year, plus an opening trailer. This is still one I'm interested in, even if October is looking very crowded for games, and it seems to have some interesting systems I want to look into more sometime, such as its level reduction one that I've seen screenshots of. I don't know if I'll get to try this one still, but it looks good, and since it comes with the first one, I hope to pick up the 2 together sometime. Another game that received a trailer recently was Trails of Cold Steel 3, with its new Bonds Between Us trailer featuring some great voice acting and good-looking gameplay that reignited some of my interest in it. I still need to get to the first 2 sometime, and I am hoping to get to Persona 2 sometime before Code Vein to help me get some space in my gaming time for the series. But in any case, this trailer has the new edition looking very good, and I'm sure it was exciting for those who know the series a little better than I do. Another Nihon Falcom game that got a trailer recently was Ys 9, and the trailer makes the game look really fantastic. I love the look of all the ways you can explore in it, especially the flying and running up walls shown by some characters, and this is along with the nostalgia I felt seeing the fast-paced action that reminded me of Ys 8, so I hope we hear details about a Western version sometime soon. Another game I hope we receive in the West is Death End Request 2, and while there wasn't a lot of news about it last month, Famitsu did have a little article about it recently that managed to get me more excited. I didn't look too much at everything in the article because it would have taken a while with my Japanese, but there was a headline on the page that read something along the lines of the more cursed the girls get, the stronger they become, which kind of reminded me of the glitch system from the first game, but more fitting to the second game's theme of curses, so I wonder if this is how we'll get the girls to transform this time, and hopefully we'll hear more about it soon. If you want to transform the appearance of some other girls though, CRYSTAR has recently been given some costume DLC, including costumes based off its well-designed Petala, along with a mascot pack that puts the girls in adorable animal costumes such as Ray being dressed up like Thelema. The mascot pack goes for $5.99 and the peddler goes for $4.99, with the costumes also being able to be bought separately, and I'd love to pick these up to run around in them sometime, even just for another excuse to revisit this wonderful game that I loved. In other games I'd like to revisit, Kingdom Hearts 3's Remind DLC got a trailer at TGS showing off more of its gameplay using characters other than Sora, and also some of its story, including some scenes with Naminé. I haven't touched Kingdom Hearts 3 since January, and would love an excuse to play what was such a highly anticipated game again. So with a winter release window and hopefully a good price, I do hope to do so, but it will depend what else is coming out at that time. In a more recent announcement, popular anime Fairy Tail is getting its first RPG in the West, and seems like it will be very faithful to the original series, as it's said to be supervised by the creator of its manga, Hiro Mashima. More information is supposed to be coming during TGS, but its trailer makes it look great so far visually, and since Koei Tecmo did such a good job in handling handling the Attack on Titan game, and I love other Gus games a lot, I wouldn't mind this fairy tale game being my first proper introduction to the series, so I look forward to hearing more about it. Finally, I couldn't not talk about Final Fantasy VII Remake's great trailer showed at TGS that showed off more characters and ones we've already seen looking really good, along with some interesting looking mini-games that I'm looking forward to trying for the first time. Since I actually haven't played 7, the nostalgia others felt about these things was lost a little on me, but since I'm currently enjoying the 8 remaster a lot, this trailer has me excited with how beautiful it looks, and every trailer I see of it gets me more excited. So I wonder if we'll hear anything else about it by the end of the TGS weekend, but for now, the newest trailer did its usual job of making me excited for this game. Thank you for watching this big old video. Let me know in the comments below what you're excited for in the world of JRPGs right now, and let me know what you've liked from TGS so far. You can like and share this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to my channel for more JRPG content like this, and ring that bell to get notifications on whenever I post so you don't miss a thing. You can check out more videos here, and you can find me on social media on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, all at JRPG Jungle. Links to those will be in the description below, and until next time, thank you, bye!